Salute, salute, salute. Peace and power, peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Salute, salute, peace and power, peace and power as you come on in. Please know that you're in a safe space. Please know that you're in a space of learning and getting learned up. Please know that you're in a space of educating and being educated. Please know that you're in a space for comments, concerns, conversation, dialogue, intelligence. This is your space, a space of love, a space of gathering information, for processing, for seeking truth. Vitamin D, salute. Much appreciated for funding the war effort. Know that this is a space where we are on a group engagement towards unity on our path towards true liberation. As you come on in, classroom assistants, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration of class. Okay? Please keep all funding information in the chat for the duration of class. Fund the war effort. Fund the war effort. We are at war, and we must make sure that we are able to dance in this war. Okay? Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Please book an assessment. Do not wait until it's too late. Do not wait until you're on the news. Do not wait until you're in the bullpens. Do not wait until you at unemployment thinking about it. Like, damn, should I have said that, man? Damn, man. Should I have urinated in the water at the water cooler? Don't wait. It's too late after that. If you know you got anger issues, you got some issues with your anger, book an assessment. If you already up under here, man, get your sessions in. I've been seeing some people slacking on their sessions and then come back with the sad puppy dog face. Nah, it's too late. If you or anybody you know is in need of domestic violence intervention, an intimate relationship abusive situation that needs some counseling, please book an assessment. Learn what you need to learn, okay? Get information that's going to keep you aware of specific behaviors, things that you need to be alerted to. Yes, yes. Yeah, we need that. Remember, the life you save could be your own. As I'm trying to make sure we don't have no fumbles later on in this class. This thing don't look like it's too secure. Hold on, let me work on it. Okay? Yeah, so get that in. All right? Get that in. First of all, got to let everybody know. All your well wishes have been appreciated. It's been a very rough couple of days. Very, very rough. Okay? You know, we do know that we are still in the mix of mental health awareness, and nobody is exempt. Family, friends included, nobody is exempt. And it's been a whirlwind for me nonetheless. And every time I'm in specific spaces like an ER and I'm in there and I'm battling, you know, with trying to find reason and purpose, you know, that a loved one is laying in there and, you know, it's not anything of anybody else is doing, you know, directly, but something that's going on with them. puts me in a different reflective space. That's why I'm so adamant about booking sessions or getting an assessment, because, man, this is very fragile. Our minds are fragile. Once you lose it, man, sometimes there's no coming back. And so I appreciate people who reached out, who was concerned about family and all that. You dig? Um, Concerned about, how I was moving as far as scheduling and things like that. Um, shit gets deep. Gets very, very deep. Okay? Um, but we here. We here. Work has to continue. Class has to continue. And the war doesn't stop because, some of us may get weary. Some of us may need to recharge. Okay? And on that note, we need to see who's in class. But before we tag our classmates, I need y'all to tag quite a few people today, man. I'm going to cover a lot. Some things that people have been DMing me about, not able to touch because other platforms touch it, and I don't want anything to go awry. Okay? I see you, Miss Real. Salute, salute. Salute, salute. You dig? Much appreciated. Your husband is a very good man. He's one of the few who was able to share my live IG space with me. So I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming through. Much appreciated. Okay? But even if it's in this space of social media where sometimes topics, issues, viral moments have like minds thinking alike, even if it does overlap, I will give a different perspective on it because our classroom is very different. A lot of things I don't touch. Okay? I don't touch it if I see others touch it. So we do have to get to quite a few people though. We do need to tag Florida. As I always tell y'all not new to this class. Florida won't see me. We had another young melanated person unalived by law enforcement in Florida. We got to get to that. Okay? We got to get to the crime in New York City. If you haven't been here, there's a lot that's going on with our young folks. We going to have to get to that. So tag the young folks in NYC. Tag Florida's law enforcement. Yes. Tag Glenn Davis. Yeah, the ex-basketball player who thinks it's funny that he's about to go to the hooscow. Watch your grippers, big man. Tag Glenn Davis. Tag NBA YoungBoy again. Yeah, y'all can tag NBA YoungBoy again. But he's not coming home. I don't know why people believe that, but we'll get into a little bit of that. Somebody, anybody, if you have that mother's name who made that dumbass statement about kicking her daughters out, somebody tag her and the daughters. They may need some help. Tag her dumbass because we're going to go all the way in on her. Please. Somebody tag Keith Sweat. What's the matter with y'all man Harlem? Tag him. Tag him. Yeah. Tag Jaleel White. Tag them. Yes. Please do that. Please do that. And we here. Let's get it. Let's get it functioning. I'm here. Let's see who else is here. Let's see. Come on. Who up in here? Cool K Kang. We see you. You up in here. Salute. What's going on? Tony Grant. We see you, Bronx veteran. We see you. We know you up in here. Moo, what up, Moo? Moo in here. Philip Boone, TC in here. Tierra. Jeff Sparks, what's going on? Corey Grant. East New York is in here. We see you. What's going on? Peace Jesus on deck. Yeah, lovely lady. Kai Stone is up in here. Stephen Gill, 55. First 55 of the evening. Stephen Gill, 55. Hold it. Rugi Houses up in here. Merklow, you up in here. We see you. Zone 864. A Wood, back to back. Classroom assistants. Kyra Knowles is up in here. Bernadette, we see you. B Dolo, we see you. B Dolo. Papa Smurf, 55. You got a 55, Papa Smurf. You wildin'. Papa Smurf ain't been to class all semester, y'all. 55. Uptown Dre, we see you. Bushhead, what's going on? J.E. Flatbush on deck, 55. Take that, Flatbush. Hold that. 55, and I hope you over on 55th Street. Hold that. Rizzo, 55, Rizzo. Hold that. Yeah. One way 718 from the QU. Salute to you. What's going on? Vanessa Robinson, 55. Yeah, Vanessa, 55. Hold that. Chazzo, 55. Hold that. Rick Gallon up in Old Head TV, 55 Old Head. Frankie, what's up? East New York. Yes, we know Universal Healing. Yeah, we all taking it. We all taking it there. Senorita. Salute. We see you. Jay. Memphis is in the building. What up, Jay? Louise. MG. Tasha Peters. Mark Lewis. We see you. Dustfro. What up? Marshy. 55. Hold that. So good. What up? What up, C Blaze? Snipers in the spotty spot. Yeah. Okay, Miss Reels. We see you. Andrea Jones, what's going on? Soldier up. Krieger Bailey, the yard is in the house. Jamaica. What's going on, Jamaica? Yeah. The control room, what up? Yeah. Kenny Mack, DC. What up, Kenny Mack? We see you. Thanks for the super chat, Vanessa Robinson. Let's get it. Ty, the beneficiary, 305, back in class. Okay, we see you. Cool K Gang. You up in this party spot. Heart Tunes, what up? We see you. Murder Gang. 55 Murder Gang. We caught you a couple of times this week. Yeah, we caught you slipping. Yeah, what up? Yeah, that's right, Jason Reels. We see you and wifey in the building. That's what's up. Salute. Couples in the building together, holding hands, listening to the Bliz, man. That's what we talking about. Yeah. Let's get to it. Again, it's a lot to cover. Bear with me. We moving. I see the frosty glare. I don't know what's going on. But y'all get what it is. We have to start on a sour note. We have to give condolences, okay, to a young man who lost his life this week in Midtown, well, Chelsea, Manhattan. Salute Uptown Dre, much appreciated. And you know, it never ever lessens the impact when I hear young people unalived in certain conditions, especially when I've been on both sides of that at 16. I can remember 15, 16, you know, rumbling at school, at school, going to other schools, rumbling. sometimes for nonsense, sometimes specifics, fighting bullies and stuff like that. I can remember the shift. I can remember hearing the turn where guns was involved and things like that. I can remember that, man, vividly, man. I mean, not to mention that I'm a Thomas Jefferson High School alumni. And I can remember when we first got mags in our school. And shit, I graduated high school in 86. And I remember we had mags in the building. I had to be around from 85. And they were checking our bags and stuff like that. Now it's so commonplace. But to hear about, all of the stabbings this week, we seen a little young Latina, 17, unalived at a train station, and that was at 9:30 at night. But the shooting that happened around the corner from a charter school in Chelsea, it struck a different chord, because of what is being reported. Young man, Michael Brown, out at East Flatbush, was unalived by gunshot wounds to the head after he made an attempt to be peacemaker between, I believe, girls were arguing initially and getting into it. And, of course, when that happens, young men, young boys make an attempt to get involved and, begin to have this language of bravado. And in the mix of that, two other groups get into it. And subsequently, one of them, we're assuming a young person close to his age, started firing a weapon. And a young man lost his life. I don't want to move away from the impact that it has on an entire community when that happens, and when they begin to describe the young man as a person and who he is and things like that. But the politics that gets involved and the way people try to politicize a story, even though this story, like so many others this week, was kind of pushed up under the umbrella of what was the bigger story of the week, which was this fool black or melanated person lassoing someone, a woman, around the neck and subsequently, scraping up between two cars. That took a hold, right? The children were once again ignored. But how can their families move on? And this so close to Mother's Day, which is something I'll close on at the end of class. This young man, to be someone who his family appreciated, who the community is appreciate, excuse me, lose his life like that, and to have others come on TV or make an attempt to use it as a political talking point is very disheartening. Very, very disheartening. I look at that and I'm like, yo, hold on. What's going on here? And I know the work that I do. I know the work that a few others do. And I always in this class and on any of my other platforms say that that work that we do isn't enough when it isn't reaching the ears of those individuals, the victims of it, the perpetrators, the suspects, those young people. I always say, yo, I'm not doing enough. I don't pass the buck on to the mayor. I don't pass the buck on to the schools, the principals, none of that. I claim to be in the work. So therefore, that's on me. That's on my watch because I'm not doing enough to get to the young people to allow them to understand that life is fragile and that the decisions you make can cause a ripple effect where so many are feeling the consequences of some young actions. So with that person who was unalive, with the subsequent multiple people who were using knives all through the week, and the man, something like had to be five or six major incidents that made the news, right? And there were dozens of others on citizen apps, all young people. I'm trying to see exactly where we're stumbling at when it comes to that. And I get it. Again, I have a young person, and when I tell you, some of you see it on social media, you understand? Some of you have watched the entire growth of my daughter and know how very hands-on we are as a family unit when it comes to her. That, you know, when we are in these spaces and we're saying, yeah, she graduated salutatorian, yeah, she's college and in school, and still, that may not be enough to keep her, right, envelope in a pocket of safety because of the decisions that she may make. So I know for a fact that I, even sitting here as a very involved father, am not doing enough to extend outside to prevent young people like Mr. Brown from becoming, right, a victim of someone else's ignorance, someone else's truth, someone else's space where they trying to prove to themselves in that very young age that they're lit, that they're about that action, that they don't care. Is I understand it. So I don't want to politicize it right here because it's going to be politicized enough. I'm going to be in certain areas on specific platforms in the mix of certain people where the politicization of these young people and events is going to take hold. And then I'll speak my truth. But we need to know that NYC is off the chain. Our young folk need interventions. Our young folk need someone to listen to them. Our young folk need a point of reference when it comes to them in their being and trying to figure out this world that they absolutely have no knowledge of the institutions that's working against them. And they feel it, and that frustration and that confusion comes out as anger, comes out as violence, and they are doing some very, very real adult things that are causing all of us to sit in spaces of trauma. You dig what I'm saying? We need to make sure of that. We have to do a better job, okay? a much better job. So, we send condolences to the Brown family, right? We send condolences out. And again, if you have a young person that's in your family that needs some type of counseling, some type of talking to, and you are, at wit's end, pass them. You understand? You may not even want to, right? Specifically hand them over and pay for sessions or an assessment for them. Just have them watch the channel. Have them subscribe. And something in one of the classes may reach them. But we can't just keep sitting around doing nothing and expecting them to just wake up one day and stop the foolishness, because it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. And I'm telling you from somebody who was raised in a two-parent household, raised with all of the sense in the world, and got to a certain age and lost my damn mind. You understand? It happens like that. So we need to do better. We have to be better. And I take that on a regular basis. I'm not looking at them and that one and that one. All I do is let them know that they're not doing it the way they claim to be. I know that we all have to do a much better job. And if you're in NYC and you have young people up under your care, it takes more than just making sure that, you're giving them food and clothes and water and soap and shit. You know what I'm saying? It takes much more. It takes a hell of a lot more. All right? Okay. Next, let's go to Florida. Yeah, let's go to Florida. I want to go to Florida because that was very disturbing. Once again, we can never say it enough. And Andrea will attest to that. Florida is a very dangerous state for melanated people. Florida is a very dangerous state for melanated people, for anybody in all reality. Anybody could get unalived at any time in Florida. We know that they breed some of the worst serial unalivers that we've ever known. We know they got crocodilators down there. We know that there is a heavenly populated racist element when it comes to common folk down there. We know you won't see me down there. We know that for an absolute fact. Okay? We know that. But now we have to get to another case that has gone viral. Okay? Roger Fortson, 23 years old. And let me get his title correct. Okay? Get this title correct because some people don't. All right? He's a senior airman before he was unalived by law enforcement. Right? The case has gone viral because, of course, of course, there's video. There's video, and again, the video is not adding up to what was initially reported and what is being reported. We see the video where, and I've seen a couple of different edits of the video, and it's I mean, I have so many questions about the mentality of not only the law enforcement, but always of us when we dealing with these crimes, man. I just don't, I don't get it, man. I don't get the whole idea when we have these different states with different laws um, referring to firearms. You understand the Second Amendment and things like that. It just, man, it's very, ooh. It never pans out. It's never a good look for us. So I'm making an attempt to understand the psychology behind it. As I said, I grew up in it. I went to Georgia, Sparta, Georgia, Hancock County, red dirt clay, Georgia, every summer. And all of my family members that were driving pickup trucks with the shotgun, they got the SG in the back. I know it. I understand it. I'm never going to be the one who should ever say that we shouldn't be armed. You can't do that. You can't. No. But there has to be a mentality with it. There has to be a different way that we maneuver when it comes to that, because the law, the scales of justice never weigh on our side. We don't get that same type of equity in that. So we see the video. I seen edits where the woman is walking with law enforcement, and you hear the conversation. She's, amping this officer, this deputy up. They go, and a few edits that I seen, knock on the door, bang on the door, and then slide to the side so you can't see out the peephole. Bang, 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 bang. Now, this is supposed to be a domestic violence call. Some type of domestic issue was supposed to be going on in the apartment. Questions are arising. Did he go to the wrong door? Back and forth. Was it the right door? It is the right door. But I know from what we're watching and what we're seeing that when he's banging on the door, there's no disturbance going on inside. You can hear that. If it's DV going on, we're not hearing nothing in there. Quiet. Bangs again. Nothing. And again, bangs and subsequently slides to the side. By the time he does it the third time, we hear Shorty open the door, and there's no nothing. With the quickness that this deputy was able to back out, raise up, and let that hammer go, bang, 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 there was absolutely no time to assess what was going on. If that was an elder, she would have been gone. If that was a child, that child would have been gone. There was absolutely zero time to make that assessment that he was in imminent danger. I'm already believing that as soon as he heard the locks being opened, that he was already raising that hammer. He was already raising that hammer because he let it off too quick. And I'm telling you, from somebody who was trained by the military, my weapon, as we called it in the service, since I was a combat medic, was a 45. Was a 45. Straight like that. So I know it, that quick, with no noise coming from the apartment, nothing. You bang them, bang, 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 bang. And then you start screaming, drop it, let it go. Knowing, you see in full view that you hit him, he fell, firearm gone. The extra added discussion, the talking, the drop it, that's what they are not only trained to say, right? In the course of them on ranges and things like that, but also to legally have these lynchings make sense when somebody who is a layman or doesn't know the terminology will believe that it was justified. Because the language after the fact, you've seen that. Now, what we see, I want you to be very specific when you watch it. As soon as Shorty opened the door, one hand up, the hand with the firearm is down. You can see it. Firearm is down, hand not anywhere on the firing mechanism. Okay, finger not on it, hand is down. Now, when you see this, that is a sign, a signal of saying that I am not aggressive, though I have this firearm. I'm nonviolent, though I have this firearm. That is a signal letting law enforcement and military know that you are not a threat. Why, again, now I have to use my reasoning because I don't understand. And I'm telling you all, people in the South, people out West, I don't care what the Second Amendment says. It is not for us. It is 200 something years old. For the existence of me, do not understand why Black folk believe that law enforcement is going to listen to you with reason when you have a firearm in your hand. Why would he open the door like that? And I'm never victim shaming. I am trying to get into the space of someone who has a firearm opening the door. If there's a bang, and I'm letting you people, all of our people in class know, it's like I tell my kids, the very first security that you have is your door. You never have to open your door, whether it's your home, whether it's your car. Anytime somebody's aggressive and trying to get at you, if you are in a secure space, don't get out of your car. Don't leave your home. That's your first point of security. Your weapon is second and third. Your mind is first. You have to think. So I'm trying to understand this now. And again, subsequent information is that he was on the phone, FaceTiming on the phone with his girlfriend. Between the two of them, hearing knocks on the door aggressively, why go to the door with your hammer? Again, if it's something in Florida, if it's something in the Midwest, if it's something out west where you better go to the door and answer it, I don't understand it. I really don't. I really don't. I have never been in NYC and somebody kicked and banged my door in the projects. You kicking, banging your door all the time. We know the first rule. You don't open that door, no matter who it is. No matter what you got. I done had people bang and kick on the door, and there's three of us in the crib, in the living room, all with hammers. We can open the door and give it to anybody. But your first sign of protection is the door. That's the first sign of protection. Don't open it. Hammer or not. If you're not expecting anybody, if you're on the phone with your person, but bang on the door 5, 10, 15 minutes, they won't go away. So I didn't understand, and I'm still grappling with that. 2, even if it was a domestic violence call, right? And this person, these people call law enforcement to go and see that, we hearing somebody may be getting abused, somebody may be getting beat. We need police at this location. Police don't know where they're going. Police don't know this space, this apartment complex that he's living in. Do they not know that military personnel live here? Because it was only 5 miles away from the base that he's stationed in. So this is where it gets weird for me with law enforcement. Any spot, any precinct, any area, because when you're talking police, you have to talk military. Any area that you consistently canvass, you know the trouble spots, you know the hot spots. You have that's policing 101. So you're coming into a complex, a development with military personnel maybe living there, and you come ultra aggressive, even in a domestic incident that's being reported, you come ultra aggressive. You don't come to make an attempt to de-escalate. You don't come to assess the area. You come there ready, amped up, hammer out. That's weird for me. That's weird for me. So even though this officer is on administrative leave, we need to have a very, very, very thorough investigation on the mind state of this officer. Because I don't know if you coming to just unalive this person. It seemed like you was coming there because you knew who he was, who lived there, and you was coming because somebody sent you. It didn't appear. It didn't appear that you was coming there to investigate a domestic issue in a development that has military people living there. I mean, 5 minutes, 5 miles away from a base. You're not talking a fort with army people or a camp where it's Marines. We're talking a base. So when they say a base, that's Air Force or Navy, right? Where even I know domestic violence rates are kind of low. It ain't Army and Marines where we know the type of time that's about. We know what type of time they're about. We are talking a base. It was too quick. too fast. Too fast. It appeared to be a sanctioned hit to me with my eye and with my ears. With my eye, with my ears. Understanding what a hostile environment looks like. Understanding what a domestic violence situation when you walking up into it or on it. I'm in the work. I do domestic violence consultations, counseling every day. I know what it looks like in the street. I know what it sounds like. And it's damn near never a quiet space. Nah. They unalived Roger Forster. They're unalive Roger Forster. Now again, they got old Ben Crump, old Ben on the case, so it could go anywhere from here. But for this class, for us, we need to be damn certain that I don't care where you at, where you live, what you believe your rights are. Don't. Unless you are fully engaging in the battle, don't walk up on law enforcement with no hammer. Don't do it. Don't do it. There's another viral video that's running around with this big, heavy, chubby brother where he was going back up into the car to reach, and it was 3 other melanated officers around these 2 OFE officers. And if it wasn't for the melanated officers saying, yo, what are you doing? Why would you do that? And they was already out. They had already backed out on him. And he went to reach into the car. And they had to right here, they were very cognizant in saying, nah, he don't want to do that. And they end up arresting him and asking him over and over, like, what were you thinking? So I want my class to know, yo, please, man, don't do that. I don't care what you believe, yo, given rights or these so-called rights that you are given by your oppressor. Man, don't push the issue and push the button on that when they are coming and they're engaging in this policing mode. Man, no, don't. But I'm telling you the key things to focus in on. Focus in on that there was dead silence in the apartment and from the apartment. That there was absolutely zero time for this officer to assess what was going on once that door opened before he let it go. He let it go before knowing if that was an elder, before knowing if that was a child, before knowing whether or not this young man was armed. He had made every decision to be judge, jury, and unaliver right then and there. And I'm having to believe that that was somebody who was coming to do just that. Again, I don't know why. I'm telling you, I will never sit here and understand why he answered the door like that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Unnecessary. I don't get it. I'm telling you. Because there's no way. There is no way for you to win in that space. If it is somebody coming to do you harm, you just let them in. there's any way that they will come in to do you harm, you open the door for that instead of keeping that as a shield. It don't make sense to me. But again, we send condolences to the family. We want them to have all of the universal strength that they will need while they are grieving, while they're going through this process. I'm always doing it. I'm always doing it. Okay? I'm always doing the truth. We have to look at it. So, again, Florida, y'all won't see me. Y'all won't see me at all. I have to keep it all the way honest. Not the kid. Hold up, y'all. This is becoming a little, I don't want it to get weird for y'all. But with the sun and however it's hitting, it's looking real murky and dusty. Look like y'all smoking dust. I don't want that to continue. But if I hit this light, it's going to be bright. Okay? Uh-oh. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Look who came back to class. Oh, Cleavon. Salute for the super chat. I'm not from New York City, but I appreciate your hard work and dedication to reaching out to people and liberating us all in a conscious mind state. Fund the war effort. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I haven't seen you in class in a minute. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In a good little minute. Wait a minute. See, I told you that light, I gotta stay in it and adjust this. Hold on. I understand it's beautiful. But the jungle of the Serengeti is beautiful too. The watering holes in Madagascar are beautiful too. Yeah, but you'll get your ass ate up, right? The crocodile, yeah, and the gazelle and the lion and all that. Yeah, you'll get unalived in that shit, right? So I understand Florida's beautiful, but melanated people have a time staying alive out there. So I get you, El Bloke. I get you. Not the kid. I don't have time for it. Okay? Now, who we got? Oh, we got this, excuse me, ladies, this dumbass mother on Mother's Day, or prior to Mother's Day, going viral for saying that she kicked her daughters out at 24 and 26 years old. And was prideful in it and gave reason. Yeah, excuse me, and gave reason for it. Oh, yeah. She thought she was cute. Yeah. Dummy. Real dummy. Sounded very ignorant. Because we know how we move. We know how we've been moved on. We know how we've been separated. Do we understand the generational trauma, the toxic nature of chattel slavery, the enslavement period, the space where you can be sitting one day getting nourishment, getting nurturing, getting education from your mother. And an old fake could just come and snatch you away from your mother, or snatch your mother away from you and say, get in this buggy. You going to plantation 3 states away, consistently ripping mothers away from their children, children away from their mothers. And this bubblehead, again, I'm always trying to figure out how these people go viral. We have had class after class after class. I have people taking specific pieces of class, putting it on their TikToks, on their Twitters, on their IGs, editing it, doing all that. We have never had a viral moment. But these dumbass people, like this biscuit head mother, can come and say some of the most asinine shit about kicking her 24 and 26-year-old out. Let me tell you something. At any given time, my boy is 30, gonna be 31. No matter where I go, no matter where I move, there's always a room for him. He's never, ever been told, you got to leave. The day he left, I was asking, are you sure you want to do this? What? It makes no sense. But I'm an adult. I want to do what I'm going to do for me. I'm on, space. And so be it. All right. And since he left, we moved twice. And every time I move, I make sure I have a bedroom and a bathroom for him. Which is why I'm always paying these exuberantly enormous rents. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. I don't care, because he's always going to know and understand that he has a home wherever we're at. But this dumbass mother, I'm going to continue to call her dummy, ignorant, and have to be capping. I would love to see another video with her daughters explaining that they're good and explaining their rationale with it. When we are seeing our women unalived, our women, picked up and going through midtown traffic, our women missing, our melanated women unsafe. And as of recent, becoming newsworthy, going on dates and being unalive by old phase, that this is a climate where we're speaking about kicking 2 of them out and saying, I want you to be on your own and see what you can do. So you don't have to worry about my rules, and you don't have to, worry about not having folks over when you want to and drink if you want to. And one day you'll thank me. And I'm trying to figure out what will happen. What will the statement be? Some unfortunate incident happens to these 2 women. Will this be the mother setting up GoFundMe's because they were unalived? You understand? This is the same one that will be crying for justice for my daughter. In this climate. And then she said, even though we know it costs such and such and such for rent, I knew that they could do it. God damn it, I know mine can do it as well. But I'm not trying to test that water. It's unnecessary. So you see, when people always speak about our economic conditions, when people always speak about reparations, and we need black businesses and economy, and this and that, we don't have this, don't have that. But in the same breath, people can say that they got to get out. They got to leave. So now, okay, instead of having these three adults, right? These two young adults and his mother, and I think that her husband is dead too. So instead of this black man in there and didn't say, yo, hold on, pump the brakes on that. He allowed this bubble to say, nah, they gotta go. So instead of having, right, because I'm sure since they were able to do it, that they were employed. So instead of having 3 to 4 incomes in one house, you don't just kick 2 of them out. So now you got money scattered all over the place instead of under one umbrella, right? Instead of learning from what the Rothschilds did, learning from what the Rockefellers did, learning from what these old fays do, learning from what these Babelmeisters do, but you complain about them all the time, how they don't separate their funding and income, how they all live up in the same spot, how you see the migrants come over and you have 30 in one spot. This, and it's always the black woman to fall victim to allowing somebody to utilize her for this dumb shit. Black men is stupid on their own, but black women always pushing values and morals of these old fays. Yeah, girl, find you a white man. Yeah, it's good to date on the outside. No. Let's go to the twerking party. Now we're going to have a girls only retreat. Yeah, let's go down to the yard to Jamaica and get rubbed down and all this weirdness. To follow old fays. Black men are just self-destructive and become victims of the system. Black women enhance the mechanics of white systems. So she, again, one day they're going to thank me for kicking them out and pushing for them to get out of the nest. Okay. And we can only hope that happens, I can only hope that this is cap. Because I'll be damned if I dismiss any of my children. We have a hard enough time with all of us in the house and going to different spaces. Do you understand? Where one is going to school and working. So that's 2 institutions that I have no control over their safety. There's one that's in work, and then there's another that's working on their own. The most anxious space of my day is sitting and reflecting and knowing that I got a kid here, I got another kid here, and I got my other side way across town. Knowing that I am everything. I'm the chef, I'm the chauffeur, I'm the cleaner, I am everything. I am the police, I'm everything for them, but they're in different spaces at different times. I don't like that shit. Old fays don't go through that. They have corporations and foundations and all the families there. They all up in the same mansion. They in Buckingham Palace, all together. All working as a unit for the family. Any income is coming in. Nothing is going out. So this biatch bragged about kicking out 2 daughters, paying taxes here and there, income going everywhere instead of coming in one space. If you want to give them life lessons, put them on a deed. If y'all own a house, put them on a mortgage. Begin a family business in that one space. That's common sense. If I want to show them how to be independent and adults, not kick them out and separate from me where they can have experiences, where they can have traumas that might not be conducive to their growth, that might not be conducive to the growth of a family unit. That's an Ofe mindset in the worst way, because they taught you how to dislike, how to disunite each other in order for them to remain on top and in a united space. Anything that have to deal with us is always to break us apart, to divide and rule, to separate and conquer. And you banging your chest proudly because you told them to get out and fend for themselves, and you think that you accomplished some shit? That's ignorance. That's dumb. That's dumb. Just is. Because none of our oppressors do it up like that. None of it. From the past to the present, Rupert Murdoch and all his sons at Fox, Trump and all his sons, even Barron, autistic self, all up under the umbrella. The Bushes, all up under the umbrella. These are the examples. You're suffering through the conditions of capitalism. You're suffering through the conditions of oppression, but you don't learn from it. You consistently play the role that they gave you. You consistently have the belief that we need to be separated away from each other. Yeah. Yeah. Very weird. Very weird. Okay? I don't get it. It's a difference when it's something that's being done and you do it. Wasn't nothing in the tone to say that these girls were not productive, were wilding out. Nothing. Where they were being disrespectful, that wasn't in that verbiage. The only thing that was said was things that she believed that they needed in order to be what? In order to prove what? So in the course of proving that, anything can happen. I'm not saying that it will, I'm not saying, but my whole thing is, have you tried the alternative? I didn't hear none of that. That's not reflective in that conversation. There was no, oh, as a family, we started this business together. Now it's time for them to branch out on their own. None of that. None of that. So I believe, and that's just only me, that is the dumbest mom I ever seen before Mother's Day. Yeah. Yeah. You mom are a dummy. Straight up. I would never, in the past or in this present climate, ever just dismiss and tell them you got to roll out. That's not happening. That's not happening. That's from my perspective, from a conscious perspective, from a perspective of where we need all hands on deck to deal with what we dealing with. It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. That's stupid. In New York City, it's stupid on the West Coast, it's stupid wherever our people are. We need all hands on deck. No, I'm not getting mine. Nah, you're not taking mine up out of here. Not happening. Okay? That's why I believe people just do shit. It's just cap for social media. Where the daughters at? Let's see them do it live. Let's see them show their different living spaces. Simple as that. Let's see it. Prove to us it's not cap. Let's see the daughters and let them explain why they left or why they were forced out or why they were kicked out. Let us see what kind of goals and aspirations that they have for themselves and see if it would have been better if they were all up under one household. I see. Because I see the Bagel Meisters do it. I see the Latinos do it. I see, the Asians do it. Shit, I even see brothers from the continent do it. The more income in one household, the better. If y'all paying, for whatever, I don't know where they from, where she at. If they paying $2,200 for a mortgage, and you got 10 grand coming in there a month, y'all good money. So now her and her dude, her husband, whoever said they would, we don't know what their finances is, but I'm sure it's better with 4 than it is with 2. That's simple math. Maybe then you could have bought a bigger house. You understand? But this shit of you are adulting because you are on your own, that's a false narrative. I see many people fail on their own. Just do. Simple as that. I see people who may believe that they are ready. You understand? And anything happens. Anything. Everybody's a fender bender away from financial ruin. Everybody is a flu away from losing a gig. It just is what it is. It is what it is. Fuck, let me get off of her, because she's just a dummy. Okay, next up, we got another dummy. Old Glenn Davis, former NBA basketball player, former champion with the Boston Celtics, just had a live video after he's been sentenced, mind you, to federal time. Old Glenn Davis thought it was funny, laughing and shit. Like so many ignorant black men who believe that the justice system, that prison is funny. Let's get to it. Former NBA champion Glenn Davis has been sentenced to 40 months in prison for his part in a scheme to defraud the league's healthcare plan out of millions of dollars, according to federal court records from the Southern District of New York. Davis, 38, this is what bothers me too sometimes. I look at the ages of these individuals. Then I look at myself. I look at the ages of the individuals, and I specifically remember them in college, them getting drafted, their entire NBA career, them getting out of the league. And I'm like, damn, why do these dudes look so old and beat up and withered? 38. young man. 38. Davis, 38, was one of 18 former NBA players who were indicted in October 2021 after allegedly participating in a widespread scheme to defraud the NBA's health plan by submitting nearly $4 million in false and fraudulent claims to be reimbursed for medical and dental services that had not actually been provided. Davis, whose nickname while played in the NBA was Big Baby, was also ordered to pay $80,000 in restitution. Now, this Big Baby found it funny. He did a live making his face. Oh man. Whoa. Well, I guess God don't want me to eat no burgers, so he sent me to jail. Now you're putting it on God. You're putting it on God. You understand? Now, let me continue. In November, Davis was found guilty of wire fraud, healthcare fraud, conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud, and conspiracy to make false statements related to healthcare matters, court documents show. Listen. In addition to his prison term, Williams was to forfeit $653,672 and to pay restitution in the amount of $2.5 million. And this is making jokes. What he said? Smiling and joking. God said, you won't want to stop eating them burgers. You don't want to stop eating them burgers, so you going to jail. 40 months in the feds, and he think it's funny. He's laughing and joking. It's funny. Okay. Listen. I hope, because I've seen it done before, right? That's what hope is. Faith, we never seen it happen. Blind faith. Faith, we never seen it happen. Hope is something that we've seen happen and we want it to happen again. So we hope that he goes in and he comes out safely. That's what we hope, right? But to make a mockery of it, to laugh and to chuckle and to giggle like 40 months is something light. I told y'all, I've witnessed dudes hang up 2 weeks in Rikers Island. Literally unalive themselves. I've seen dudes cut day one, get their whole face ripped off. Day one. I've seen dudes get beat down. First couple of hours on Rikers Island. By the time they go through and get upstate, if they can survive it, I've seen dudes get poked out upstate. Seen dudes get sexually assaulted. It's not fun and games. It's just not. It is not fun and games going through the justice system. And definitely ain't fun and games for a celebrity, for an athlete. And it's definitely not a game in the feds. So, homie, we hope you come up out of this 40 months okay. It ain't about you not having burgers no more. It's real deals, homeboy. Whether you get to a max penitentiary or you end up in a medium or camp. It's not fun and games, B. It's not fun and games at all. But this is what happens. This is what happens when black men are conditioned to believe that this jail shit is a rites of passage. Okay? This is a condition. This is a mental conditioning. All right? A mental conditioning that it's okay to go through prison. You do? Salute to you, Antoinette. Are you the rapper, Antoinette? Because surely she sure is a tenderoni. Yeah, man. Anyways, be distracting me with that. Listen, it's not fun. It's not a laughing matter. But since he think it is, let's laugh with him. And let's laugh with him when he asks for letters, when he asks for support. Let's laugh. When he does, should he come home and he wants support in his new business venture, any of that. Nah, let's laugh with him. Let's talk about burgers and stuff. Okay? Yeah, let's do that. Let's laugh. Let's have a good old time with the 40 months Glenn Davis is about to serve. Salute to you, homeboy. You made it. You are now a convicted felon. I hope it feels good. All right? Let's get to it. Get rid of that dummy, too. Okay. NBA YoungBoy. Now, NBA YoungBoy has secured a bail for the 13th time, even though he's on house arrest, even though he's being watched by the federal justice system, even though, he's about to be arraigned on federal charges. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. You dig what I'm saying? It's funny. It's funny. Okay. NBA YoungBoy was arrested April 16th at his home in Huntsville, where he was on house arrest while awaiting trial on federal weapons charges. House arrest for the feds. He faces 63 felonies and misdemeanors related to the fraudulent prescription operation, which included identity fraud, obtaining a prescription under false pretenses, forgery, possession of a dangerous weapon by a restricted person, engaging in a pattern of unlawful activity, and possession of a controlled substance. 3 others linked to the case are accused of traveling to nearby pharmacies to pick up prescriptions for pills that had been filled on bogus orders from people pretending to be real doctors. His lawyers informed the judge that the state agreed to a $100,000 bond in exchange for him waiving a preliminary hearing, where the state would have to convince a judge that a crime was committed and that it was committed by the defendant. His arraignment was set for July 1st, at which time he will enter a plea. Now, okay, listen. When they say a bond in exchange for him waiving his preliminary hearing, when you waive a hearing, that means you don't want to be there. You don't have to be there, which is always dumb. Always dumb, because when you waive a hearing, that means you can't present anything in an appealable space, because your hearings, your preliminary hearings, a lot of garbage go on in those hearings, which you can use on an appeal should you get convicted. So when you hear people waiving hearings and waiving extradition fights and all that shit, that's just stupid. So anything that go on in that hearing, should he not catch it, should his attorney not catch it, you lose that. You blow that. You blow that. So you can't bring it back when you appealing to the state or the feds. You can't bring it back a lot of times in a writ because you waived it. You didn't go. So it's not there. It's not locked. But this is what he did in exchange for a $100,000 bond, which even if he bonds and put that $100,000 up, the feds may snatch him anyway. So don't get into the space where you think he's coming home because he has that bond. That's just something they did. Yeah, look at him. He's, my opinion, I'm telling y'all now, he is an experiment. Some type of government experiment, I don't know, aimed at trying to have children so under the mentality that you can get money or be famous, and that will allow you some type of power in the justice system. And if you get enough people to believe that, he's being rewarded for it. He's just a government experiment. It is no way that anybody, and I don't care who it is, and we've seen the best with the most money and the slickest lawyers do what he's doing in the feds. Gotti beat them twice. I'm telling you, we seen Don King do it as far as taxes. No one with this much, well, this many charges and this much negative notoriety be able to dance in the federal system like that. This is somebody's experiment. It just is. It just is. We don't know what it is now. Later on, we'll figure it out when it all comes through. But he's a federal experiment. He is. It's a federal experiment. Okay? Don't believe the hype. I'm just telling you that. Yes, I did. I said 63 charges. Downgraded, it was 84. Now 63. Come on, yo. Come on. We not rocking with that. Not at all. Okay. Let's move on, because if y'all notice, once the sun starts going down, some allergy kick in. And I can't keep with the allergy medications and all. I can't do it. Even if it's over the counter, the Flonase or this to that, I ain't with that shit. So it's this little cough that keep coming through. But we getting ready to end it, class, so I can figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner and all this old weird stuff. Yeah, because I've exhausted a lot of resources and shit. I ain't do no type of shopping at all this week. But I'll figure it out. Keith Sweat. Keith Sweat. Somebody call y'all man. I don't care. Harlem, Grant Projects, St. Nick, whatever. Call y'all man. Because Keith Sweat is wilding. Listen, as somebody who, you know, is in decent shape, like still got my traps and there's a little something there, you know, just a little something. Nothing crazy. I don't wear certain shit. I don't move and dance in certain way. I'm really not a dancer anyway. But y'all mans, even after we seen the Genuine fiasco, y'all man Keith Sweat is wilding. Y'all ain't see the moves on stage. Y'all didn't see the dress. Y'all didn't see how your man was acting. Son, your the man, nah, Keith. The outfit was wild. The sweating was wild. And the Matrix move, son. Keith Sweat got to be all of 57, 58. Got to be. I'm tired of these old dudes. Y'all gassing like they cat daddies and daddies and daddy of this and daddy of that. You got Smokey on stage doing this shit. You got sit your old asses down. The hell was Keith Sweat doing? Come on. He's looking wild. The hell was that? This nigga did the Neo. Come on, son. Looking mad little in that outfit. So you don't want to wear something that's tight and form-fitting, right? Because you don't have no muscles. At a certain age, especially if you wasn't one that work out, you can't get no muscles. So you're not going to wear nothing form-fitting and tight. And he not that dude. He was never no, feminine dude, a dude we be questioning. You know what I'm saying? His femininity. We're not going to do that. I mean, question his masculinity. No, he wasn't that. So he's not going to wear nothing tight. You know, you're not going to wear that shit. Who we just seen that had on them tight ass jeans singing and shit? Y'all tried to tell me, nah, son was all right. Nah, he had on. Who was that? Somebody was just performing with the tightest jeans. I'm like, son, who was that? Wasn't Jaheim? Was it Jaheim? Tight jeans, chubby in the belly and shit. I'm like, your son is wilding. Nah, it wasn't Jaheim. One of them other singers. He was looking crazy. So Keith ain't gonna do that. So he wears the baggy shit that he used to wear in the 90s. Yeah, it was Jay Holiday. Tight ass shit, looking all old, and he only in his 40s, if that. So Keith is trying to wear that New Jack swing shit, the baggy shit we used to wear. You remember them silky button-ups and the silky slacks? But Keith is about 25 pounds lighter. So this shit looked mad big on him. He was looking wow. So he doing the Matrix and Shorty's doing the thing. Then he got the knees. He got the Megan Thee Stallion knees. And Keith Sweat, you wasn't doing that. Back in the, you wasn't doing that, son. Wasn't no Megan knees for you. You gonna wait till you 60 to start dropping it like it's hot? Sweating and shit, looking like Patrick Ewing after 4.5 quarters? Get your man. Get your man. When you're of a certain age, you gotta carry it a certain way. Even when performing. You don't come out there looking like that. Yeah, Felipe, but nah. He ain't even sweat like that back in the days. He was cool. He was, I wanna, He was smooth. He wasn't sweating shit like that in the 90s. Late 80s. Now you want to sweat? You too old for that. You got Megan knees? What we doing, son? I'm tired of it. I'm telling you. They got the image of the black man so twisted. If he ain't running around robbing and stealing, if he ain't begging, if he ain't acting like, oh, Jesus got me, if he ain't doing some old thing, telling the white man, a room full of them, his hopes and dreams, he doing this shit. Where's the Khalid Muhammad's? Where's the Huey P's? And the Stokeleys? And those that was unapologetically black, melanated, and strong. Everybody want to clown and be over-sexualized. Nigga, you sweating on stage at 60. You damn near everybody grandfather at this point. What we doing? You sweating, hands on your knees, sweating. Oh, come on, man. Too old for that. Too old. He's 62. Nah, he ain't that much older than me. Nah, man. What he supposed to do? He's supposed to be smooth. Marvin Gaye, even Marvin Gaye's Sexual Healing, very sexual song, was smooth, wasn't sweating, attire was up. He wasn't hands on your knees and making a stallion. What is that? Come on, man. Him and Smokey, they looking crazy in these streets. They ain't Chris Brown. They ain't Usher. And them dudes is elder statesmen at this point. He's 62. Damn, he that old? Come on, man. Get your man. Get your man. Because I'm telling you, everything else we see, and look, I'm showing y'all the ads. You see the ads for Wingstop. You see the ads for insurance. You see the ads for, damn, anything you see on TV. Selling cars. You see it every time you see a melanated man. He with an other. They are not showing the couples. Melanated man, melanated woman. Not doing it. They showing you with the others. They showing these funny style kids that don't look like each other. XX2, yes, Heart Tune, salute for funding the war effort. They not showing that. They showing you that they have erased you out of the picture. So why, when you are in the picture and you're a celebrity and you have an audience, you doing foolish shit? We already know the rappers is dead. We see the NBA players, they got the other boy looking like a goddamn caramel piece of candy with a damn leather suit with the tie and everything to match the same color from the tie to the shoes. And then he coming in the studio looking like a goddamn Werther's original. They got you looking wild in these streets. So if you're not doing that, then you on some Jaleel White shit. You wait till you're in your mid-40s to post up with an old fae. And as always, they get the homeliest old faes in the world. He ain't going get nothing that got a little bit of something. You dig what I'm saying? He ain't got no Angelina Jolie looking like. He ain't got no, what is that little chick they make a big deal out? What is a Mira? Javon Miller, whatever her damn name is. You don't get none that got a little bit of our features that could be considered attractive. You go get the homely shit and you posting up with it. This adds on to the disunity among our people. I'm telling you, this is where we at. This is exactly where we at. We are looking crazy in these streets. Big Swerve, salute funding the war effort. was good. You understand? It has to be said. The slightest little thing weighs heavily on your conscience. Heavily on it. Okay? That's the look. That's what's going on. So again, I don't know. I wanted to do the shack, get in the shack, but to me, it's not even a discussion. You know, it's crazy because it's not even been confirmed. But it's just weird, man. Our men need to do better. We have to be better. We have to be better. You know? Yeah, so let's Shaq new thing is 21 years old. I already told you I don't know what in the hell somebody over 50 could be doing with somebody who just got into the 20s. I don't know what the fuck they could discuss. Your favorite Fruity Pebble? You know, what color do you like? What's the favorite when you're scooping up in the Fruity Pebble? Oh, you don't like Fruity Pebble? No, the Fruit Loops is good. Don't you think so, honey? Fruit Loops is good? Yeah, no, come on, let's get in the bed. How does that pan out? A multi-millionaire over 50 with somebody 20? Come on, man. But I'm going to leave that shit alone. Because in the same time we got that info, he dropping diss records. But, you know, it is what it is. Continuously making sure that black men look like asses out here. That's just what it is. So, in saying that, excuse me, in saying that and knowing that, you know, again, I gotta go find something to eat. It's 8:15. Tomorrow, of all of the pagan, old faith holidays, Mother's and Father's Day and these little made up things where we supposed to show this exuberant amount of affection that we should be showing every day anyway. It's very difficult for not only me but others who may share in the fraternity of not having your mother around. It's very touchy. Mine has been gone now almost 19 years, which is ironic because whenever the date that she passed, it happens to go by. She passed May 4th, 2005. And I was actually in the hospital, very hospital she passed in yesterday with my family in the ER. And that kind of escaped me too. But when my mother passed, my daughter was born June 5th, which is 4 days before my mother's birthday. So in that space, I'm always thinking, because my mother never got to see my daughter. So when Mother's Day is upon us, please be mindful that there's a lot of people who may be grieving their mother, or some people who may never have known their mother. So when you are expecting them to perform in a space where they are celebrating maybe their spouse or maybe their grandmother or maybe their friends and other people, acknowledge the fact that it's a very difficult time for them. They may be triggered by all the flowers and this and that. So I always, you know, because I process somebody passing differently than a lot of others. I just have a different belief system about that time. You always acknowledge the fact that you're supposed to be doing these things every day for these people, these women, these mothers. This should be a celebration every day for them. Every day. But always understand that when you don't have yours, it's wild. It's a very, very wild existence. You know, it is. Where we are no longer able to pick up that phone. We are no longer able to bring flowers and cards and set up a dinner and all that. Say, yeah, I'm going to take mine out. Because all you really have maybe is some pictures. You're no longer hearing their voice. So understand that. Peace. Allow people their room. If you don't get a call from a person, understand it. Some people are new to the fraternity. I know people who've just lost their mother this month. I know people who may be celebrating their first year without their parent, their mother. So just be mindful of how we communicate that tomorrow. Be mindful how you communicate that from here on out. Because everyone's processing is different. And everyone has a lot going on. Right? And if you are one of the ones who still are able to reach out, man, reach out to Mama Love, man. And reach out to her more often. And any type of drama that y'all may have and any type of toxicity within the family, if there is no mediation, if there's no way to get certain situations resolved, you dig what I'm saying? Then leave it be. But don't be an antagonizer and don't hold, some of that, heaviness in your heart. You dig? Because it's I'm telling you, it's a very, very, very difficult space to be in when you had your moms as your best friend and they're no longer here. You dig? So to all the mothers out there, yeah, happy Mother's Day to y'all, man. Be the best mom that you can be and appreciate anything that may come your way, even if it's just a phone call. You understand? Enjoy your space. And as always, yo, come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Be smart in them streets, yo. Be smart in your workspaces, yo. Be aware that we're in a war and we're always under attack. Okay? Use this and less of this. You understand? Be the best that you can be, because every second that passes, you have the potential to be greater. You have the potential to be greater every minute that passes. Understand that. And don't let nothing shake you. Nobody has power or authority over you. You relinquish that. Never allow anyone or anything to have authority over you. Don't relinquish that. Remain militant, and I'll see y'all real soon. As always, Classroom Assistants, much appreciation for holding it down. Everybody who supported the war effort, salute to you. 55 gang, get y'all grades up.